against the Gunners. Let's take a look at some tweets to support that one. VAR feels a need to make its presence felt, and a sad face. Yeah, we get that one. James says it's mind-blowing. I even think Gabriel's second yellow was soft as well. And Henry Winter has said VAR will not work properly in Premier League until the quality of the officials is improved. Inconsistency over the two Arsenal-Manchester City penalties. Both were pens, only one given. Frustrates fans, players, ruins games. Some good refs, but overall quality not good enough for an elite competition.
Yeah, look, I agree with Henry. I've got a lot of respect for Henry Winter, and I agree with almost everything he said there. I think that his overall observation about the standard of officiating is bang on. I've been banging on about it for years. It's not good enough. There are too many poor officials making consistently bad decisions. And today, what grates, I think, is the City pen. I think the one that we had, I think it was a penalty. We said about it at half time. I'm 60% that it was a penalty. But for the City one, I would flip it the other way around. I would say it's 25% a penalty, 75% not. And I'll tell you why, because I've been in that position before, and you see it so often. Players, running 1v1, they knock it past the defender and they run into them. And for me, Xhaka's got nowhere really to go. And I think he's manufactured the contact, Bernardo Silva. He's on his way down. He definitely dives on his way down, and that's when Granit Xhaka grabs his shirt. Now, I'm reading social media, Granit Xhaka, people being critical of Xhaka, saying he's grabbed the shirt. That's after any perceived foul has taken place. For me, it's a bit of a dive, a bit of gamesmanship from Bernardo initially. We could all do that, run at a defender and then knock it past him and then just run into them and just say, oh, it's a penalty. Most of the time, that's waved away. And it was waved away, wasn't it?
We were surprised to see him walking over to the monitor, weren't we?
I was like, well, clearly that's the right decision. Well done, ref. For him to then be told to go and go and have a look, and for him to look at it again and say, actually, that's a penalty, just baffles me, given what he changed his mind on in the first half. So it really hurts, and the big calls went against us. As for the Gabriel one, yellow card for scuffing up the penalty spot is fair enough. He needs to think about that. And the other one, he just has to put the brakes on. He's a bit over-eager. I don't think it's a great touch from Gabriel Jesus to take it away from him, and he just can't put the brakes on in time. But because he's sprinting towards him, he allows Jesus to kind of run into him again, a little bit similar. But what he needed to do there was just stand off him and say, right, I'm on a yellow card, I need to be careful. So, yeah, Gabriel, I think, was unlucky to get a sent off. But overall, the officiating decisions, the referee calls went against us, and that was the difference. That's the difference between Arsenal claiming a famous win and losing the match.
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it, when it doesn't go your way? Well, let's take a look at number 2, the second thing we learned from our encounter with Manchester City today. The fans and players stayed united and never gave up. I mean, the noise out there, Adrian, was fantastic, wasn't it? Let's take a look at what's being said on social media then. The atmosphere at the Arsenal and Manchester City at the Emirates is phenomenal. It really was. Dean says, long may this noise at the Emirates continue. And a final one on this, the energy at the Emirates. Arsenal fans are the best. I mean, you can't fault them out there today. As you say, there was this real sense of togetherness between the players and the fans, wasn't there?
Yeah, when we were trying to think of what we wanted to talk about after the game, it really stood out to me that the atmosphere and the unity between the fans and the players deserves a mention. And that's why we're talking about it, because they were lapping up the first half. It was so noisy because of the quality. They just appreciated what they were seeing from the Arsenal players. And in the second half, when things went against them, they really stuck with the team, and obviously they ganged up on the referee, which is, I think, understandable. But they really stayed together. There was no negative energy at all in regards to the player and fan experience. And I thought the fans stuck with the team, and the players stuck together. I know that we lost in the end. We conceded that second goal late on. But with 10 men, we played well. We defended really well, and there were very few gaps for City. And there was good aggression levels, just a real sense of teamwork, I thought. And yeah, I think if we'd have got the point that we absolutely deserved, then the fans would have earned that point as much as the
Yeah.
players. I think that's the point that we're making here. And yeah, I think it was well worth a mention. Long may that continue, as everyone says.
Absolutely, and I think the result didn't reflect the performance, did it? No. So the fans are well and truly aware of that. Right then, the third and final thing we learned from today's match is our high-class first-half display proved we can be a match for anyone. So let's look at socials then. Tailor-Made Red says probably the best first-half performance I've seen Arsenal play against a top team this season. I think that's a fair comment. Louis says Arsenal could be down by 2 goals in the first half and I would still applaud that performance. Wow. Partey, Xhaka and Ødegaard, and a love heart as well. And then our final tweet says, wishing everyone a good new year, as good a new year as Arsenal's first half performance. Oh, I love that one. That's a nice one to end on, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, what a fantastic display. We spoke about it after the first 45. Just brilliant.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and Defenders hit the right tone there, hasn't he, at the end? And yeah, it was a tremendous first half performance. I loved Arsenal on the ball. I loved them off the ball. I loved what was going on in their heads because they were brave and bold and adventurous, and they got their rewards for that. And they showed what good players they are and what a good team Arsenal are becoming, really, with the way that they outplayed City at times. Not many teams do that to Manchester City. So I think, despite the great disappointment we feel at the moment, and I know that there'll be thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of Arsenal fans out there feeling so gloomy right now, but I'd just say think about that first half. Just cling on to the quality, cling on to the sort of mental side of it, cling on to the attitude and application. That is what we all want from Arsenal, and I think there was a lot of signs for encouragement. And as we said at the break, play like that every week. We will finish in the top 4. Nigel said it. Nigel knows his stuff. Take it from me, he knows football. And at the end there, he said, if we play like that, we will finish top 4. And I can't disagree with him there. So, yeah, don't be too downbeat. I know it's really gut-wrenching at the moment, but don't be too downbeat. It's there are loads of positives in that performance.
Yeah, really encouraging performance indeed. But as you say, disappointing result in the end. But hey, lots to look forward to in 2022. Adrian, a real pleasure to be back with you in the Breakdown Live studio. Very happy New Year to you and to everyone watching along at home. Don't forget we're back in action on Thursday. That's against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Kickoff is at 7:45. So make sure you join Nick and Adrian for that one from around 7:15. Bye for now.